accountability for my part in what I did.
But how sure are you that he's a father?
It was three different dudes that I was messing with at the same time.
By right, I think every man should be given a DNA test upon when a child is born so he doesn't spend the rest of his life raising a kid that doesn't belong to him.
I'm not taking care of a child until I get a DNA test. Then he takes off running like Forrest. I think y'all asking for the DNA test to make sure that you ain't taking care of what's yours.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you're getting my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Hey, where you calling from?
Tampa, Florida.
Okay, go ahead, baby. Hit me with your question. Let's go.
I'm 32. I
Okay.
have 4 kids. I was young, you know.
You're
back in my
always lying, talking about I was young. You was fast as fuck.
Yeah, and you ain't let me get it out. 18, 19 years old, I was hunching. I was throwing it. I was hunching.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna count. I was hunching.
All right, go ahead, baby. Go
So,
ahead.
I got 4, in the midst of me doing all that, I got 4 kids. I got a set of twins, and I got a little girl and a little boy. My youngest 2 kids, their fathers are full-time. They take them, they get them, everything.
Okay.
The issue is my older 2 kids. I texted 2 niggas first that I thought was my baby daddy. They wasn't it. I got another dude, but I haven't texted him. I haven't talked it to him. Nothing, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, what should I do? Because I reached out to him. He won't, respond. I reached out to the mother. The mother just basically disregarded everything that I said because my oldest, the twins are 13 now. I understand that the person that I want to test, he has a family, he has a wife, he has all of that stuff going on. At the time, it wasn't like that. It was a one-time thing, and I just happened to get pregnant. I don't want to mess up no homes or cause any problems, any friction, none of that. So I'm just stuck on what I should do. I wrote the mom, I wrote the father. Nobody has hit me back.
Well, listen, you didn't pop up with a baby. You popped up with a couple.
Yeah,
that's a lie. That man thinking about
that was me. It was me. I was, being reckless with my body and stuff. So, and the result of that, I, got kids and stuff.
Well, you know what they're trying to do, right? I'm sure it won't be every state. They're trying to make it to where the woman has to be involved in a man's life in order to get any child support. So I get the guy not wanting to voluntarily go do a DNA test. He does a DNA test, he gets hit with a child support right away. Just child support. 2 kids, double. He can be paying anywhere from $1,000, especially if he depends on how much he's making. He'd be getting hit for more than that. He don't want to sign up for that.
Accountability for my part in what I did.
But how sure are you that he's a father?
It was 3 different dudes. 3 different dudes that I was messing with at the same time.
Why am I not surprised?
The first 2 dudes I tested, and this last dude, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not even going to say I'm 100% sure.
He belongs to the streets.
I just want him to take the test.
You can do a court order test. You know how Florida do. You go down there, ask for some child support, and they'll make him show up to take the test.
And see, this is the thing. The second dude that I tried to, he ran from the test, everything. Ran, completely said F all of that, and it took literally up until my children were about 11 years old for him to finally, take the test, and came back that he wasn't the father. So a lot of the court defaulted him the father of my kids because they tried 3 times.
That's exactly why the guy doesn't want to take the test. The guy was defaulted as the father. Like, what?
To get him to do a DNA test, and he didn't do it, so they defaulted him.
Yeah.
So now we in the process. I'm trying to get him situated. I'm trying to help him get off of child support and all of that stuff because I'm a woman. I'm not gonna keep taking money from this man knowing that he's not the father of my kids.
You know you got to get it back, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
But the reason he's paying child support is because he didn't take the test.
You got to get it back.
Oh.
If you undo him as a father, you got to refund that.
So what you think I should do? Keep it like that and let that man keep paying it?
You can't make it up.
I'm not a lawyer. However, this is what I would do. And you do need to seek a lawyer for this. But this is what I would do. I would make a deal with him. I would say, I will take you off child support and undefault you as the father and basically clear the back pay if you do not require me to pay it back.
Okay, cool.
So that's how you're going to do that. But you got to get it in writing. So if he does try to say, or the court tries to enforce something, him saying he doesn't want it, you got that in writing. So make sure you get that notarized.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. But the thing I'm confused about is the last, like, I'm just like, what should I do?
Now you just going to have to do the same process that you did with the second dude. You just better hope you're right this time.
Yeah, I hope I'm right too. Shit, I was doing, listen.
Hold up. What do you mean you hope you're right? How are you? You said it was 3 guys. You said 2 guys took the test. It wasn't them. See, man, they call it, what they call it, 304 math, right? 304 math is when she says it was 3 guys. That means around that time, she was with 30 guys, right? It's times 10. When someone's an active 304, times 10. She said, I hope so. What do you mean you hope so?
Listen, we all have our moments where we just be like, you know, all over the place. I was all over the place. All right, you know.
Go ahead and get a written contract from him. Then go get a lawyer and go get everything undone.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all an update, you know.
And don't be no mean baby mama to that wife now.
Oh no, I'm not even that type. I'm not even like that. I have no issue with
you go
none
through
of that.
her. You go through her when you want to deal with him. So she feels empowered about the situation.
Right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate it.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, man, it's child support thing. They need to mandate that state to state. You see what that guy's going through. It's not even his kid. And she's trying to finagle a way to get out of paying him back. This is everyday life. Let me get into the next one.
Let a man ask me for a DNA test for a child that he knows is his because you only been met.
What's wrong with a man asking for a DNA test? He didn't carry that baby. He doesn't know what you did on days when he wasn't around. He just wants proof that the kid is his. By right, I think every man should be given a DNA test upon when a child is born so he doesn't spend the rest of his life raising a kid that doesn't belong to him. And why are we acting like there aren't women out here pinning kids on men that it doesn't belong to? My thing is, you went as far as saying it's embarrassing or he's trying to embarrass you when he asks for a DNA test. It's only embarrassing when you're sleeping around and you know for a fact the baby not his. My thing is, why y'all so offended when they ask for a DNA test? If you know the baby is his, I don't think there is no offense behind it. Of course, he just won't prove the baby is his. What is wrong with that? I feel like women that get offended by men asking for DNA tests are women that sleep around with a lot of men and don't know who the father is, and they just tend to pin the baby on whoever.
Yeah, that is the case probably 95% of the time, right? You have to understand, put yourself in a man's shoes. You know what's wild, and you'll hear it. Like, there's a lot of conversations that happen, and guys have these conversations with women, and women usually say themselves, got to get the DNA test. Most women believe it. She's an example, right? This is happening. DNA tests should be mandatory. Like, why would a man pretty much give away his whole life? That's what it's like, right? And tons of money. I mean, think about it. If you're giving a woman 500, say it's 500 a month, right? 500 over the course of a year, that 500 turns to what? 6,000 over the course of 18 years. What is that? What? You got 6,000 for 1 year. So you times that by 18. I say, what's that? 60 plus another what? 8 times 5 is 40. 6 times 8 is 48. So that's 48,000 plus another 60,000. That man is paying 108,000 over the kid's whole life. That's a lot of money, right? 108,000 plus extras. Because the man's not gonna just pay the child support. Like, I ain't giving that kid nothing else. The man's gonna pay in money to the kid, right? Example, I love my son to death. But my son just came out with me this summer, and I put in 12, 13,000 into him. It's a lot of money. And guys are doing, not every guy, but guys are doing stuff like that, and it costs. But let me go on to the next one.
When a man is dealing with a woman and she says, I'm pregnant, and he says, well, I'm not taking care of a child until I get a DNA test. Then he takes off running like Forrest. Now, I'm wondering, sir, were you asking for the DNA test to verify that the child ain't yours before you do something for the child? Because I'm noticing.
So she seems like she's upset that the man asked for a DNA. She said, are you asking for the DNA test to make sure the child is not yours so you don't do nothing for the child? Of course he is. Of course. Why would a man want to spend money for a child that's not his? But I got a solution to that after this.
That a lot of y'all men only want to take care of kids that ain't yours. Because as soon as the DNA test come back that the child is yours, you dipping and dodging and running, but you running around taking care of kids that ain't yours. So I think that's why. I think y'all asking for the DNA test to make sure that you ain't taking care of what's yours. I know I can get to the bottom of y'all.
See, women like her are the problem. And this is why some women feel that way. Somebody switched off her brain. Her brain isn't working. What do you mean a guy wants a DNA test to make sure he doesn't take care of a kid that's not his, but he takes care of kids that are not? Like, what? That made no sense. A guy wants to make sure the kid is his so he doesn't go through a life, so he doesn't regret it after 18 years of taking care of a kid and loving the kid and thinking it's his kid. That's why. But guys, this is the solution to that. You want to make sure a kid is yours even before the baby's born? This is what you can do. It says a prenatal DNA paternity test is a way to determine who the father is before the baby's born. While the mom is pregnant, the DNA profile of the baby is determined from free-floating fetal cells found in a mom's blood sample. The baby's profile is compared to the DNA profile of the man tested. His DNA is collected by a simple mouth swab. A report is then generated to show if the man tested is or is not the biological father, with over a 99.1% accuracy. This test needs to be mandated. If it has a 99.1% accuracy, this is the answer. Prenatal DNA paternity test needs to be made into effect ASAP.
Don't you agree, Mr. Feather?
Word.
Because that right there eases a man's worries. It even eases a woman's worries, especially if she's like the girl that we seen was 3 or 4, right? And she's being with random dudes. Then at that time, it's like, okay, she knows for sure the father is. She's not bumping into any issues. The guy's not paying extra money. It's just a big headache with that stuff. But yeah, man, this is sad, but this is what we're faced with in this life. But thank y'all for watching. Guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you next video. Peace out.